So how effective is the laser hair removal? Like, is it genuinely permanent or is it just temporary?
I don't know. Do you want to try?
Welcome back to the third episode of the Figuring Out podcast. Do you want to get rid of some of that bad acne on your face or some of that unwanted belly fat?
Well, today you're in luck because we are sitting down with Laser Advantage owner Jennifer Kapur here in downtown Sault Ste. Marie. So everyone put your hands together for Jennifer.
So Jennifer, I guess we're going to start off with who are you and what is Laser Advantage?
So I am a registered nurse, and Laser Advantage is a med spa.
Okay, awesome. And how did you get started and when did you get started? Like, how did this whole business start in general? Obviously, it's not just a year thing, so.
No, we've been in business actually for 18 years.
Wow.
18 years ago, there was myself and 3 other friends. We were actually at dinner one night, and we thought of this idea of opening a med spa. It was pretty crazy back actually 18 years ago. We were all nurses and nurse practitioner. And we started off opening a small business starting with just laser hair removal and microdermabrasion. So actually the name Laser Advantage was truly just laser. We weren't business people at the time. We were nurses. And so that's kind of how it evolved.
Did you know this was something you wanted to do, or was kind of the game plan from the get-go being a nurse?
No, not at all, because it wasn't a thing. When I went into nursing, medical aesthetics was not even a thing. And I had just had my 3rd baby. I was busy working at the hospital in maternity, and it was shift work. It was like a lot with the 3 kids, and this idea came up, and I thought, well, maybe this is a way to practice nursing in a different capacity.
That's crazy. So were you one of like the first
100%.
businesses here in the Sioux then, I assume, 18
for
years ago?
Yeah, for many years we were the first. It's really over the last maybe 5 years. There's been a little bit, but we definitely have been,
That's crazy.
pioneers.
So how old were you when you like started with your 3 friends?
I was 34.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
and
awesome.
I just had my last child, and I'd bring him to work with me. He was like literally 6 weeks old.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And do any, and you have any like family members working in the business with you, or is it just you?
Yes, I do. I have a niece, Jenna. She's been with me for 8 years. And actually my daughter, she is in aesthetics right now, and she'll be joining us in June.
Awesome.
And who were the 2 other friends that you were sitting down at dinner with when you guys had this great idea?
Yeah, so, 3 other friends. There was Julie Briglio, Ron De Niro, and Sharon Murata. Since then, they've decided that it wasn't quite their thing. And I did buy them out about, I guess it's about 7, 8 years ago.
Oh, wow. So it's been a while.
It's been a while.
Just been you.
Yeah, and then I just expanded the services. It was my passion more.
It's crazy what can come of like just hanging out with your friends and eating dinner. Like I bet you 90% of things that even come out nowadays are just you're just with your friends having a chat. And
exactly.
You have a business.
Yeah.
Were you always in this location? Because this is a great location and a very excellent building. I'm assuming obviously it took a while to.
It did,
to get to the spot.
We were actually just right beside Art Gabriel's. We had about 1,000 square feet at the time.
Nice.
We had 3 treatment rooms, and then 2 years ago during COVID. This came about. Had a lot of time to think. And the industry was really changing, so it was a good time for us to expand.
Do you think COVID helped, almost as it was an advantage that time off?
Yeah, 100%. It was. A lot of people had time to think about aesthetics, even clients just going on TikToks and Instagram and
trapped inside all day.
Yes, it definitely. Yeah, it was an advantage.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So jumping into the business, what are your most popular services?
So there's a lot that challenge each other. I would say laser hair removal is a really big service. Our injectables are really big too, Botox, fillers, but everything else they're pretty busy. They're all pretty busy. But those are probably the ones that people regularly jump out.
And we're young teens struggling with acne and whatnot, I'm sure, like everyone else in high school. So what are your hottest skincare products, or like what's something you would give us for tips as far as keeping our face nice and good looking.
Feel free to use me as an example because my skin's awful.
You know what? We do get a lot of teens. We have a lot of moms bringing their young girls and guys in, and we do have treatments. Skincare is that's super important, and we do have procedures. They range from doing a hydrofacial that is more exfoliating, cleaning, and keeping the skin clean, and then you can get as far as certain lasers that will do some resurfacing for people who have scarring, because acne is a big thing for kids, right? They're growing up, they're young, they want to have good skin, and so we have a range from just very simple cleaning, skincare, or up to lasers that can resurface your skin.
Yeah, that's very beneficial because obviously going through high school is a tough time. So if you want to clear up your acne and that's something you struggle with, you can come to Laser Advantage.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Amelia.
And I'm Amber.
And we're from Paint Decor Concepts.
We wanted to come on here today because we've got a new gig in town.
We are starting our event rental studio. And what are we going to be bringing?
Custom pieces. So we're going to have everything you need for a wedding, a shower, just any type of event, from plants to arrangements to backdrops. Essentially anything.
Corporate as well.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that you guys need, we have. It's something that the Sioux has never been able to provide. And we're going to take out all those pieces that you're renting here and there and have it all come from one place. So if you want to see what we have, just call, make an appointment, and we go through a design with you, and then we create and install for your special event. We recently have been doing events for different companies and some weddings. So we're on our second wedding, and it's great. So we know what the Sioux needs, and we are ready to bring it and bring the Sioux exactly what they want. It's going to be amazing.
You dream it.
We can do it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we always do. And it'll be better than what you see on Pinterest.
Yes, but thank you, Pinterest.
Do you find, especially pertaining to skin, like what's the kind of demographic? More female, more male, young, old?
It's actually a wide range.
It's all over.
Yeah, it's all over the map. As I said, from teenagers to you have young women breaking out with acne, and then just skin in general. There's so much, people are trying to be preventative with their skin to reduce the chance of, fine lines and wrinkles. So there's just a lot of prevention going on, and sunscreen. It's your number one friend. 100%.
Really? I actually just got a moisturizer that has SPF in it.
If I say to my daughter, if you want to be the best looking 40, 50-year-old out there, start wearing your sunscreen now.
Yeah.
It is definitely and definitely you want to wear one with it's mineral based. You don't want to have anything with all the chemicals in it. So complete mineral based sunscreen is your best friend.
Well, I would have never thought that because honestly, when you go out in the sun, my back and face almost gets better because you think it's like drying your skin out, but obviously it's kind of
aging.
Yeah, you're just getting worse.
Yeah.
It looks better now, but it's a short-term gain, I guess.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
So is your main client base, obviously we thought we were going to be coming here doing a lot of learning considering, most services and most pictures there's girls in here.
Yeah.
What's the percentage when it comes to guys to girls coming in here, and what services are the guys mainly getting if they are coming in here?
Guys have definitely grown over the years. Probably for the first 10, 12 years of business, it was only laser hair removal. And now that we've added so many different services, like when it comes to acne, so you have young boys coming in for the acne. You have some men that have fat areas that they want sculpted away a little bit. Laser hair removal for sure is probably our biggest with men. And then also too, they want to deal with some fine lines and wrinkles too, but they really want to do it in moderation. They're not being I don't want to say that we're extreme, but very natural looking. And there's so many ways to use these products that make everybody look natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how effective is the laser hair removal? Like, is it genuinely permanent or is it just temporary?
I don't know. Do you want to try?
Are you nervous?
More funny because I don't have any hair on my body.
Poor guy.
So if someone wanted to work here at Laser Advantage, what are some of the qualifications that you need to actually like do some of the stuff that we see the people doing here?
So there's a big range of qualifications. When it comes to injectables, when you're injecting, definitely a nurse you need to be. If you're using the lasers, the laser hair removal, cool sculpting, a medical esthetician. But there's so many ranges out there of medical estheticians.
True.
You'll have some that are 8-week programs, and you have ones that they've gone to school for 2.5 years. So everybody that does work here, they have gone through the 2.5 years. Usually they'll go through the aesthetics, then they'll head on to medical aesthetics, which is usually another year. So that's how we choose
who's working and who's not working.
Yeah.
You got to get the actual schooling part.
Yeah, exactly.
I was curious, like, for like maybe the younger audience, or anyone maybe still in high school watching this, like, do you guys have like a co-op program, or do you ever do like career day here?
Yeah,
Have you thought about that?
We haven't, because it's such a personal base treatment. People really like their privacy,
Right. Yeah.
so having people in watching and observing, it's not the best.
No,
Yeah.
true.
So we've been asking, we'd like to, but it just, people don't want to have their
Yeah,
service
some
being
people-
watched.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
they're
find
kinda-
like it's hit or miss with people? Like, most people want to keep it pretty private, or do you think that people are just like, no?
It's changed so much,
Yeah.
and it depends on the age bracket, because if you have maybe women over the age of 50, 55, they kind of want to keep it quiet.
Yeah.
Other than that, now they're talking to friends, which is amazing for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's changed over the last 6 years since, like, social media. Wow. Like,
Changed.
Yeah.
game.
It's completely changed.
it's
everything.
completely changed. People do want to talk about it. People want to talk about self-care. They want, everybody to know that it's okay to do these treatments and feel good about yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That kind of
Oh, sorry.
that kind of ties in with the next question. Like, do clients usually come in more for personal wants, or is it sometimes related to health, where they'll come in where it's like, your acne's bad, like you've been told by someone to come in and get this treatment, or is most of it just personal wants in the sense of like, I want to get the cool sculpting or stuff like that?
Yeah, definitely. It's more wants, but there's definitely, psychology involved to it too. The more you feel better, the better you feel, right?
Yeah,
Did
true.
I say that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, so some people think it's a necessity, and some people they don't. Yeah.
I've, like, when I was walking around earlier, kind of getting B-roll of the thing, like, some of these machines are massive. So I was
Yes.
like wondering, like, do you ever travel for work? Have you ever had to go somewhere else to another city to perform like anything, or
No,
do you mainly keep it all here? Like, in
everything
the shop?
stays here.
Yeah.
I've gone to Toronto a few times. My husband is based out of Toronto with his business, so we do a lot of travel back and forth. So I've gone to help some physicians out if
Yeah.
they're kind of stuck with treatments, just to get them caught up. I'll do that just with my injecting, but everything
Yeah.
else stays
It
here.
stays here,
Yeah, machines don't like to be moved.
No.
Yeah, true.
They're very expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine, like, I get anxious with my camera gear, like on a plane or something, and even that's just small couple gear, like microphones and cameras. So I can imagine hauling something like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. In the last 18 years of business, have you ever had any celebrities or any big names or anything like that? Like, even going to Toronto, like, have you ever had to work on someone that's like a crazy experience?
One
or-
time, when I was in LA, I was assisting a physician just to help with a star.
Yeah.
And then just like some influencers and stuff like that, definitely we deal with even just here.
Really?
It'd be surprising the people that actually will come from other cities to come here to have treatments done.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah. A lot of people would think, you need to leave the city to have good treatment done.
They come to you now.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
I mean, I've been doing training for 18 years. I travel the world for my training. So we have a lot of people that will come to the Sioux, or when they're on their vacation, they're from here originally and they've moved. They've come, they're like, no, we just want to stay here and have it done. Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you ever had any botched moments? Anything go wrong ever?
Yeah. We want to hear some of this stuff.
Never.
Never.
No, I mean, always, we're not perfectionists. We're human.
Yeah.
So things will happen, but nothing that couldn't
No.
be corrected.
Yeah.
Want to
Yeah.
just throw that in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm just curious about this, but in the last 18 years, was there a moment where something switched where it was like, oh, okay, this is a real business? Because obviously you're going into it not knowing if it was actually going to work out or not. So was there a moment, a certain year, or buying your first building, getting your first space, where it was like, okay, this is actually like a real thing. I can do this full time? And
Yeah.
like, when kind of was that moment?
In the moment actually was, I was ready to expand and do new services, and my partners were like, we don't really want to sink any money. They just didn't have the heart or the feel, or
It wasn't their thing.
it wasn't their thing. And I'm like, there's a business to this. I could be doing this full time. My husband is in the industry too, so he definitely was a huge support of growing, and you could just see it just going this way, and that it's just changed so much. So yes, there was that moment, and that's when I bought them out. I had a choice at that moment whether we sell to somebody or I take it on and move it, and we're like, let's go.
That's definitely a big moment then, because it was either you're done,
it
or
was,
you kind of took the risk and decided to keep going all on yourself. That's really cool. How many people are a part of the team?
We have 8.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just a nice size.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's
and they've been with me forever, like my
Really?
staff. Yeah,
Oh, perfect.
they like it here.
Yeah, it's like a family.
It is, honestly, it truly is. Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious because we were speaking about.
No, it's an interesting corner.
Like, I mean, we're young. Like, I just turned 20 like 3 days ago, so.
Oh yeah.
I was just curious, like, how am I looking for like loss of hair? Like,
hair looks good.
Am I gonna be okay? Like, what's going on?
Look at your genes. Look at your mother's side and see what
Is
the
that
genes
what it
are.
is?
Yeah,
It's the mom's side.
The mom's side. Yeah, yeah.
Because if it was my dad's.
Yeah, don't look at your dad.
Okay, so we're good. It's mom's side.
Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly.
Well, we'll wrap it up with our final question that we ask everyone. If you had an unlimited budget and you can do anything here in downtown Sault Ste. Marie, whether it's a passion business or whatever it may be, what would you open up, and why would you open it up? Completely unrelated from obviously what you're doing now, but.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Oh, so actually, you know what? I think it'd be a great. So when you see downtowns do well, it's because people are living down in them, right? Mm-hmm. So you're seeing condos. It brings so much life to the downtowns.
Yeah.
Some cities you go to that are really dead. It's because it's all business and people have moved to the suburbs and there's nobody living downtown. So it would be so nice if we could really revitalize, bring more living, more condos, like have beautiful homes. Like these homes here, if they were in Toronto, we know they'd be worth millions of dollars.
Yeah.
So definitely if we could, it would be awesome if we could have more people living downtown.
Yeah, so almost like a condo or a nice condo building.
And then it brings more restaurants, it brings more vitality downtown.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. There seems to be more people actually down here, living down here, so they're using the downtown every day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was kind of the common thing amongst everyone. It was, if we want to grow downtown, you got to bring stuff that are going to attract the population down here. So.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on episode 3. And before we wrap it up, where can people find you guys? How can people book appointments, your websites, where people can follow you guys and whatnot?
Yeah, so we're 853 Queen Street, the old Remax building. And you can book by calling, Instagram us. We are actually just putting a new system together where there'll be online booking probably in the next month.
That's awesome. Great.
Our calls,
Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Oh, thanks.
We appreciate
I
it.
appreciate
so much,
it. Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Awesome.